Welcome to another episode of the Miami Real Estate Show, brought to you by the Black Box. The Black Box is the system that allows you to learn how to generate more leads, how to convert more leads, and more important, how to have a system that allows you to increase that conversion. Real estate agents have two problems: lead generation, and the second one is lead conversion. Right. So the black box big system give you the content, the website, the automation, and the training to not only generate more leads, but convert more leads. All right. You're going to have in the description right here. If you want to learn more about the black box, I'll put it here in the chat. And for those of you watching the recording, you can click on the bottom and find out more about that and how can it help you increase the number of leads and also how you can increase your conversion. So today, it's my pleasure to welcome one more time, Talita Pinheiro, a dear friend, not only an agent in our coaching program for what, 6-7 years, Talita?
Yes, almost
Right.
7 years.
7 years. But more important, Talita, before you're going to speak most of the time, but let me do at least 2 minutes of talking right here.
Okay, go ahead.
And last night I was thinking about today, and I know the questions, the technical questions, and I know what I'm going to ask you guys when you come to the show. But to me, the most important thing that I like from you is not only your productivity, which has skyrocketed through the years. Okay, no, it's not only a couple of months, but it's your willingness to grow your business. All right, and the quality that you are as a person, because I've seen you from the beginning. The people you work with, you have your mom working with you. You have your sister working with you. So you support not only your team, but also you support huge part of your family. All right. And as knowing you, for 6-7 years, I got to know the person you are, other than the business, the quality of a person you are. And that's what I get also from a lot of our agents. It's that you're a superstar, a rock star, but they mean it not only on the professional side. And you're going to see it for those of you who have never seen Talita before, but in that as a person. And I think that the quality as a human, it's way more important than the quality as a business person. So we're going to see both today. All right. So
it made me emotional.
It's the truth. I see it. I see it with your team. I see it with your mom. I see it with your sister. I see it with other agents. So let's get started one more time real quick, because this is the second time in the Miami Real Estate Show. I remember when I first met you. You say it's 2013, so almost 7 years. And you said to me, one day I'll be in your Miami Real Estate Show. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was in Broward County. We're recording this from Miami, Florida, and that was in Broward County, like in Fort Lauderdale, 45 minutes away from here. And you went to a seminar that it was in the Broward Convention Center. I was doing a seminar there, and you went to that seminar. And you registered for the coaching, and then you said to me, I'm going to be one of your best students. And actually, you became one of the best students. But I want you to give the process real quick in 2 minutes, because I want to focus on what you're doing today that makes you so successful in your business. You started as an assistant. Guide me in 2 minutes, from the time you started to where you are today.
Okay, yes. I started being an assistant of one of it was a team at the time, but one of the greatest real estate agents here in Miami. And I fell in love with real estate. I didn't know anything about it. I know I was always a salesperson, but I didn't know anything about real estate. So from that time, both of them inspired me a lot, but one of them more, to get my license. She said, you have the ability, you have the skills, you should do it. I did the course, but it took me 2 years to do the state exam, because I was super afraid of not passing on this. Okay. Because I'm from Brazil, my English was not like the best. I was afraid, So everybody was telling that it was hard to pass on this test, and then I did it, and I passed in the first try, and I was very sad that I didn't do that before. But anyways, it was the right moment. Right. And from there on, I had my license with a brokerage. Then I opened my brokerage. Then I sold my brokerage to another company. We migrated together, and now I'm with them. And it's been a roller coaster of 7 years. Right.
So from being an assistant to one of the most powerful teams right here in South Florida, right? And I had the former partner of the person you were an assistant to, Dina. Dina was in the Miami Real Estate Show 3 weeks
Yeah.
ago, over $220 million in sales. I highly recommend you watch that interview. She went from doing $1,200 rentals to over $220 million in listings. Amazing also. And you can watch that interview here. So Talita, I want to concentrate today because we know from your history and from the previous interview, right? I want to concentrate today. What is it exactly that you're doing for your business that is working in 2020? And I know we are if you're watching the recording in the future, understand that we are in the process in the COVID-19, and we're going to touch a little bit on that. But I want to have the big picture from you. So let's start right there. What are you doing right now in this situation, the COVID-19, and then let's move on. And what are your plans for 2020?
Right now, I mean, everybody's working from home, right? Like my whole team is working from home. I decided to start slowly come back to my office because I have a big office. So we take all the procedures, and we are here, just me and Jamaili, who is the manager.
Mm-hmm.
And we are doing the business as normal.
Okay.
Like I have all my listings virtual, like we took virtual pictures and videos, so we can send that to our clients. Mm-hmm. And we are trying to act as normal as we can. We do have some showings going on. Mm-hmm. We are in touch with our clients. There's a lot of opportunities coming to the market right now, so mm-hmm. we are promoting that to our clients as well, mm-hmm. and educating the clients to be more like a virtual kind of buyer or seller right now, and doing everything that we can to really don't lose the momentum, because I know it's hard, and I know it's going to be a little complicated for a lot of agents, but you have to focus on the results. Mm-hmm. If you stop right now and you just say it's going to take like a vacation because of the COVID-19, you're not going to be able to, if you don't change anything now, you're not going to be able to change later, because our industry might be affected now, but we're going to be affected really in the future, because most of our transactions, like I did have some closings last week because I worked in February or March. Mm-hmm. So right now that if you don't make any sales right now, it's going to be hard for you the second semester of the year, you know?
And so, that's what we talk, right? We say that real estate is a lagging industry, which means that you see the results today, not from your efforts from today or last week, but what you did maybe 6, 8, 10 months ago.
Even 2 years, you know, some things like I learned from you that a relationship with a client can be, it's the 90-10 rule. Mm-hmm. It's 10% of the clients are going to buy with you from the first contact to within 6 months. Mm-hmm. The 90% is going to take 6 months to 2 years.
Beautiful. So I mean, exactly.
I use that, and I it's funny because everybody that works with me, they know that I never know how much I'm making a transaction. Yeah. I don't know, you know, because I just leave that moment, and I work with my client, I do the transaction, I make the deal, and then, you know, we'll see what's happening. If you create too much expectation, you might be like, you know, not living the moment, living like in the future. You know, I'm gonna make, I don't know, $10,000 in commission. You have to understand the momentum and be in the contact with the client right now, and like it doesn't matter if it's gonna buy now or in 2 years. You know?
Let's stay right there, because the key to any business, all right, unless you have like the golden egg, it's the relationships, especially in a sales business where you are not providing a product, where you're providing a service. All right. So it's all about what you said, what we call in coaching the 10-90 rule, which is 10% of your buyers and sellers are going to take action or do a transaction with you within the first 90 days. But 90% are going to take 6 months, 9 days or more, 90 days or more, and up to 2 years. So please, if you don't take anything else from today, what Talita just said is so important in our program, which is you need to develop the relationships. And the deeper you go into that relationship, the easier it's going to be to close that client. The reason it's so difficult to close a brand new client is because they don't trust you yet, right? It's all about that frequency, that consistency, developing a strong relationship with that client. Why is it so easy for you to work with a person that you know? Because you have that relationship. So right now, if you're in your house right now, because it's a special situation, it is your time. And I always say, Talita, there has never been a better time to position yourself as the expert and to strengthen the relationship with your clients than today. Because now you're at home, your clients are at home, they're picking up the phone. So you need to work on developing those relationships. As Talita said, It's a relationship. You don't know how much you're going to make, and you don't know when. What you can only do is to make sure you have you work every single day on developing that relationship. So that being said, Talita, what is it exactly that you do in general terms, not especially today, to develop, to strengthen those relationships? I know very much because I'm very involved in your business as your coach, but what are you doing right now to strengthen those relationships?
I have different systems that we do that. One is I go to Brazil a lot. So my main source of clients are Brazilian investors. So I go to Brazil, so they already feel special because I travel from here there, and I'm there to educate them on the market, right? So this is one thing that I use a lot. I'm very active on social media, and I do not have a professional profile. I have my profile, which I share my life and my professional experience. So I think that also makes me closer to my clients, because they are there as a friend, but they are also seeing what's happening on my professional career. And I am very talkative, like I talk a lot. So I call my clients constantly. I know them, I know their history, I know their family, I know what they need. So those are the things that we use a lot for to be in touch with the client. And we also have email campaign that it's something that is very strong that we use as well.
So while you were talking right now, I just went into my system because I wanted to show agents something very interesting right here. For those of you interested on developing your social media presence, all right? While Talita was talking, I was just opening. Talita, I'm always writing things here, and so don't think that I'm not paying attention to you.
I know you already. Don't worry.
For something very specific right here that I want to show the audience, all right? Which is right here. Let me share the whole screen right here. I want to show the audience. Talita was awarded in 2018 right here, one of the top Miami real estate agents on social media right here, number 6 in terms of social media. All right, so that gives you an idea of how much of an authority Talita is in social media and how well she's doing using social media. So Talita, that being said, we're talking about strengthening the relationship with our database. You are very involved in social media, and please, if you can give us later on how we can find you on social media. What is it exactly that you're doing in social media that has allowed you to become one of those top agents?
I think because I use social media as a platform of a connection. If you just use the social media to post like nothing that's relevant, you might not get the traffic. But if you also just post anything that, like, if I post like several pictures of a house, also I don't have all the interaction that I need. So I develop with my team a strategy that people like to see me in real life. That's exactly what happened to the video. That's why people really like it, because I like people to relate with me. So what I do in my social media is really what is my life. I come to work every day. I'm a full-time agent. I was never a part-time agent. So I showed all my what's happening in my daily life, but I also show my dog, my wife, my cat, my family, you know. So then people relate to it. And I use all the right hashtags. I use the right strategy that we developed together. So anything that is to improve my I forgot the interactive
interaction. Yeah,
interaction. I do it. Engagement. That's the word I wanted to use. Whatever I can do to improve my engagement, I do it. So I do videos. But I also make sure that people are connected to the persona, who I am. I don't change personality. You know, I am funny. I go to parties with my friends.
Right.
I go to a vacation, and I feel that's why people really they feel confident that I'm showing who I am, who I really am. And I had sold several properties to people on Instagram that I have never met before. They start following it, and then just they like what they see. They like that because a lot of our realtors in Miami, who sells luxury, they put themselves so high up that people cannot make that connection. They feel like, oh, I'm never gonna call this person because I want to buy, I don't know, a $500,000 apartment, but he's not gonna sell because he only sells $5 million. Okay, some people might be like that. I treat all my clients with the same kind of relationship. So I don't even know sometimes if they're buying a property that's $300,000 or if it's $3 million. And that's why I think people connect with me.
Okay.
Because I am myself. I'm not trying to be someone else, you know?
Very good point. By the way, you mentioned something, and then Vanessa is asking, and Andrew has some questions. So Kabir has some questions, Carolina, and we're going to go through those questions. Please keep asking them because we're going to get to the Q&A session, and I want to answer with Talita all those questions you have for her. But Talita mentioned a very important word right here. It says she developed the persona. Very important, and I learned that from my first coach, Talita, a long time ago. He said to me, people do business, all right? People buy more into the person than they buy into the product. One more time, people buy way more into the person than they do into the product. So you need to develop that persona, because actually, especially in real estate, buyers and sellers don't even need a real estate agent to do the transaction. They can go on their own, right? Yeah. They can list on their own, but why do they use an agent, and why do they use that specific agent? Because that agent has developed that presence, that persona, that relationship we were talking about, right? Very, very important.
And the other thing too is I like to give my opinion. I feel like a lot of my colleagues in real estate, they're afraid of saying, oh, you shouldn't buy this apartment because of this and that. Mm-hmm. I always give my opinion, my true opinion, to my client, because I don't build a relationship that's temporary. Mm-hmm. I build a relationship that needs to be long lasting. Mm-hmm. So if I don't provide my opinion and mm-hmm. something goes wrong or it's something different when they expect it, they always blame us, you know? Mm-hmm. So I also try to be very honest. And I had a client actually recently that wanted to buy a property that would not make sense on his portfolio. Mm-hmm. And I told him, I'm not going to sell that to you. It's mm-hmm. like, oh, but you need to sell that. I said, no, because like in 5 years or 4 years, you're going to blame me for letting you buy this property. Right. So you have to be yourself, like authentic, you know, like tell exactly what you feel, tell exactly what you think. Don't try to fantasize things. Right. Of course, you know, taste is different, but opinion in the market, in the value, in the property, in what you see, it needs to be provided for your clients. Right. As well. And
by the way, just to mention some of Talita's months, and Talita, sometimes do that in public. You did over $90,000 in December, 80-something thousand in January. In March, you did over $100,000. All right. So, by the way, and her houses are not $10-15 million. They're a good size price, but they're not that multi-million dollar property. So there's a lot of volume in terms of number of transactions, right? And I've seen you that as a persona, as the agent, you are like that. You advise your clients, and many times I've seen you say to their client, listen, this is not the right thing for you. Let's answer a couple of questions right here. Vanessa is asking, and then Helen also. Vanessa is asking right here, which platforms do you use? Is it only Instagram or any other one?
My main platform is Instagram. I use Instagram a lot because my market is Brazilians, and they are like, I think, number 2 on Instagram after US. Mm-hmm. I also use Facebook for ads, right, for the campaigns. Yeah,
that's what we work very strong together, the Facebook.
Yeah. And I also use a lot of my email marketing campaigns. But my main thing is Instagram, and also WhatsApp, which is not considered social media, but it's like connection, right? Contact.
So very important. Let me mention something. Okay, good. No, I'm sorry, Talita. I just want to.
So I also on WhatsApp, what I do is the broadcast list that I learned from you. That's
what I wanted to broadcast. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so you can put it, you know, instead of put everybody in a group, you just create a group and you send a message to everybody. So that way I keep connection with my clients. They always see that I'm sending a message specific for them. It's not in a group, so they feel more special. And every time I have a listing or a video or something comes up, like here today, I invite some of my clients as well, and some of them are here. Yeah. So what I try to be always in connection with them, you know, and I don't limit myself in what kind of a platform to use. But Instagram is my number 1.
And again, that's the one that works the most for Talita. Depending on your audience, some people are going to be better for Instagram, some people for Facebook, some people for postcards, some people for YouTube.
But you is like a Twitter, right? Also, Venezuelans use a lot of Twitters.
Exactly, because of the way the information is manipulated. Twitter is a great for that specific audience, Venezuela. But I don't use it for any other country, right? I use WhatsApp broadcast, which is, how much is it? Right?
Free.
$9.99 a month plus free, right? It's completely free. It's completely free. And the beautiful thing is, as you said, it's completely directed, targeted to one specific person, but goes to up to 256 people in your database. And not only that, but if Talita is in my WhatsApp broadcast and I send a message to her and I want to see if she saw it, I can see it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the beautiful thing about WhatsApp broadcast. And again, it's not.
I have several lists. I have like realtors in Miami, so I send my listings, and I have clients that speak Portuguese, clients that speak Spanish, clients that speak English. So I put it took a long time to organize, but once the system is organized, it's very easy to use.
That is key. Again, we're talking, remember, the first thing we talked about was relationships, right? Relationships. It's much easier to do business with somebody who you have established a relationship with than somebody who doesn't know you, right? Another agent in our coaching program, and you know him very well, Nivaldo, was doing a webinar earlier this morning, and he worked in a very specific beach in Miami Beach, right? And he says he was doing like 2 days ago, walking in the boardwalk in Miami Beach, and somebody approached him. Hey, Nivaldo, how you doing? Nice to see you. And he started talking about real estate. And Nivaldo he said, I didn't know this person, but this person has seen me so many times that he recognized me as like almost like a friend. And that's what you said about your videos. That's what you said about that you were recognized in your group.
Because people connect when they like, it's the same thing. Let's say if it's an artist you like, you have to have some kind of sympathy with it, something that you see yourself doing. He likes not only music, but maybe he likes, you have the style, the clothes, whatever. People like to relate. Yes. For you to do business, I do business with someone, I have to relate. I have to have a connection. It's the same thing for the bad. If you do something bad and if you have a bad reputation, people might not do business with you because they already know they don't share the same values that you do.
Exactly.
So, and I'm very like honest on my posts. I post my opinion a lot of times, even like it's something that you shouldn't get into, the politics in Brazil, which is crazy. But sometimes I try not to get so involved on this, but I try to post my opinion so people know I have values and that's what I think, So it's a challenge sometimes, but it's not that complicated to be yourself.
Look at what you just said. It's so important, right? And look at politics. I'm talking about politics. You want to polarize people. If you're in the middle, people won't pay attention. Some people will love you, and sometimes people will hate you. The people hating you, still, they're talking about you, and the people that love you really love you. You need to be like who you are. That's it. But if you're in the middle and you don't want to offend, and it's not about offending, because in real estate it's not. But you need to be true to yourself. Like, hey, the number one agent in Miami, and you've seen it in the Miami real estate show, Riley Smith. He has $3, $4, $5, $7 million listings. Number one agent in Miami. You can watch the interview here. He's in Changs and shorts, and he goes to all the time in shorts, in Changs, not even shoes. Hey, that's me. You don't like it? That's okay. I respect that, but I won't do business with you.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. I'm a super feminist.
Right.
I'm an immigrant.
Right.
I have a wife.
Right.
So, I have some other things and I'm not hiding anything. If you like it, you like it. Don't like it, I'm sorry. That's who I am. And I think that's why most of my clients, I can say that 100% of them, but let's say 95% of my clients are my friends.
Right.
All of my friends. They all were in my wedding. Too. Everybody. I'm sorry.
But they became your friends too, because I think many of your clients that
not before. After they become friends. Like they call me if I'm okay. They call me on my birthday just to check on me. Not me only calling them. They call me too.
Exactly.
I have a client right now that just bought a property. That he found the property. He went to the open house. I didn't even know he was gonna buy a property. It's her and it's a couple. And then she just called me and said, listen, we want to buy this property. Can you please make an offer for this? And there's he could just try to negotiate themselves, but they trust me so much that they want me to be involved in their lives. So
Andrew Talita says right here, have you changed or adapted your message? Now we're going to go into questions. So have you changed or adapted your message on social media, email marketing, and lead generation ads? I assume because of the current situation. Have you adapted that, or have you keep the same?
For right now, we have just sent notification to our clients, letting them know that we are working virtually. A lot of people became a little stressed. A lot of people say, oh, my house is for sale, what are we going to do? So we came up with a plan to do this 3D virtual videos. There's a specific name Luisa should know. But we do that too. We are more in contact with our clients. We are doing weekly updates to our clients for our listings. Oh, listen, we didn't have any showings requests, but we did have some. Those views are on the websites. Those are we do reverse prospecting, see how many agents have sent, who sent it, who liked it. We're trying to educate our clients to the moment, because a lot of people are scared, right? So they understand that don't take your house on the market. A lot of people are online right now. A lot of people are looking for, people from the north, from New York, New Jersey, want to move here, and they are online. So we are, educating them to maintain the patient, that everything's going to get back to normal eventually.
Actually, Zillow and Realtors.com saw a surge on their side of 82%.
82%. Yeah, I saw it.
2%. That's huge. So this is not the time to take off your property of the market.
We are, like, me and Luisa we're talking Jamaili too another day. We have had more showing requests than normal period of times. Like a lot of people inquiring on properties online, asking questions. People that are not from here, a lot of out of the state people. And I personally think that's the way to approach. I also hired a company in Brazil now to do my marketing, so maybe that's also the thing that he asked. And we do adapt. What we do is that we do have a brand. I have a logo. I brand myself to maintain the same kind of a consistency. And so people, when they see my Instagram, they see my email, they recognize me. They recognize who I am and what I'm doing. So that's also maybe answer his question.
And one thing that's very good with your social media, and we work on that a lot, but that's credits to you 99%, which is you're not only very consistent, but you mix the messages. Talita, can you have your assistant type your Instagram account so they can see it? Because you have and that's what you became one of the top social media agents in recognized in South Florida. Is that your message is a little bit about your life, but it's also about real estate. It's about South Florida. You have a very good combination talking about the message. Very good combination in social media. I have another question right here from Kabir. It says he's an insurance agent, a professional, right? New to real estate. And again, Kabir, I think this is a question that applies not only to you if you're coming from insurance industry, but everybody that is new or right in the middle. What advice, he asked, can you give me to tap into my client base and get business up and running? Talita, first you, and then I'll give my
so he's new in real estate. I'm gonna tell you what I did.
And a tax agent, and now he's getting into real estate.
I'm gonna tell you what I did, and maybe he can use as an example. I wrote a letter, like a real letter, for all the people that I know, saying, how long I've been in Miami, what have I done here, and all my experience, and that I fell in love with this new industry, that's real estate, and right now that's what I'm doing. And I put all my information and I put everything, so people understand that they are in your database, they already trust you somehow. They're either friends, family, or people that you met. So they already have some kind of relationship of trust with you. And you just have to be super honest and say, I'm new, I'm doing this right now, but I'm learning. I get my team backed me up, or I have my coach, or I have whatever you have as to back you up. Put it on the letter and just send to everybody. You are surprised how many people you're gonna get as leads on your spheres of influence. Spheres of influence. That's how you say.
Yeah.
I used to, like, Jamaili is my assistant here. She's here in the office, and I always told her, like, Jami, you're so good. Let's take your license. Let's get your license. So once she got her license, she told me, I don't know anybody who's gonna buy a property or who's gonna sell a property or whatever. And she did have a lot of people that she didn't even imagine. She did some rentals, she did some sales, she had listings. She, you once you tell people what you do and you already have a connection with them, they're gonna trust you. Why would they buy a property from someone else if they know you? They know your story, they know how ethical you are. So I would be, again, very honest and send a letter, but, like, go into details. Tell what you did before, what you're doing, why you're doing, why you decide to do, who is your team, who is the company, maybe tell a little bit of story of your company. Those things really matter to people.
So, and something that I would suggest, Kabir, is making sure that you tap into that database that you have from tax and insurance business and explain to them, listen, we decided to open a new division, brand new division. And my job is to make sure that I provide you the relevant content and the information of the process of buying and selling a property. So whenever it's time for you to buy or sell, you can use this information and also use my services to help you in the process, again, of buying and selling real estate. So every week, you're going to receive from me either a video or an email, right? Giving you the tips, the steps of buying and selling real estate. Get started with that. Just get in front of your clients. Remember, it's all about frequency and consistency. Your clients, and I came from banking, Talita. So I thought, and you know that. So yeah. I thought I came from private international banking. I had the leads, all right? But I didn't know anything about real estate. But I thought I had it made because I had the leads, people, international clients with the money parked in the United States. Kabir, I said, listen, these people have the money parked in the United States. All I have to do is present an offer, and they're going to convert with me. It wasn't the reason. It wasn't necessarily the way it went. Why? Because I didn't know anything about real estate. So first, Kabir, you need to develop your specialized in your area, right? You need to learn not only how to generate those leads, and you have many, but you need to develop this specialized knowledge. And we can talk a little bit about that later on in the interview. But the key right now is to make sure that you have enough frequency and consistency in front of that database that you have. Is developing the relationship, and your message has to be consistent, needs to have enough frequency, and eventually you're going to see people asking you questions. And if you are prepared, then you're going to be able to answer them. And remember, one last thing that I want to say before I go to the next question. Guys, we are not selling real estate. Mm-hmm. Anybody can buy a property without a real estate agent, all right? By the way, Kabir, you're not selling insurance. There are so many insurance agents. You're not selling tax advice. There are many accountants. What you are selling, you, me, Talita, and everybody on the line right now, what we're selling, it's confidence. Confidence, confidence, confidence. And confidence comes only for being prepared. All right? Very, very good point.
And special of confidence of buying your probably the most expensive thing that you buy. Because a property, when you invest in your primary home or as an investment, it is a very expensive, transaction. So people need to feel confident that you know what you're doing, that you're gonna protect them as much as you can, and make sure they know that you know what you're doing. That's more important. So confidence is definitely what we sell here.
Okay. So Ellen says right here, she has over 5,000 people, followers on her individual page. All right. And she's an author, which is very good, very important. All right, she was a reporter for Channel 7, very good. I have the engagement part down because she's comfortable in front of the camera, and she has the books, she has the content, but only 3 months. All right, in Sarasota. All right, my broker bought Boomtown, which is a software, but it's overwhelming a little bit. How to get started? My website is up, etc. Right. People trust me, I need social media transition mechanics. Any advice for somebody who already has a content, feel comfortable in front of the camera? You'll talk about it, and then I'll give my take.
Oh my God. If you feel comfortable in front of the camera, just start doing videos.
Right.
Get all the content that you can. Make sure you have the knowledge, and do the videos. Post them on Instagram. Post this on Facebook. Post on YouTube. Create a channel. Like maybe if you create a channel today, if you go look to Orlando Montiel back on the time, it's not going to be maybe the best thing. For me, it was very hard to do videos, and he knows that he was pushing me so much to do it. I was like, I can't do this. I felt weird. I didn't like myself on the camera. I still feel weird, but I'm just doing it. And so today, like especially where we're like exactly in this moment, if I had done videos from the beginning, I probably had more content to show. Yep. So just make sure you get knowledge, because it doesn't make sense if you're just gonna do a video about anything. Make sure you get get like a book, or maybe Orlando has the book of how to buy a property in Miami, in Florida.
Yeah, we have all that content.
You have all the content. You have everything. You just break down the content in videos, and then just do videos. Do about inspection. Do about I don't know, primary homes. Do about what is the step by step. Just put yourself out there. Then you're gonna sell the confidence. People, maybe you're new in the business, but if you do videos, they feel, well, she knows what she's doing. She's
Exactly.
giving you the, you're building the confidence from inside out, and people are gonna believe and they're gonna trust on you. Started my YouTube channel today. Just do it, send it to me so we can subscribe. But that's what I would do if I were you.
Listen, that is an amazing advice, and again, to me, and the way, and if you look at my social media, I'll give you some links so you can see my YouTube channels. If you ask me, in my case, all right, which one would you choose, Orlando? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever. Listen, you put the three of them together compared to YouTube, and I will say 1,000 times YouTube. And Ellen, because you've been on camera, please, guys, understand this. And at the beginning, you felt awkward, Talita.
I did. I still feel.
Listen, but
what I do is that I don't watch.
But it's a huge improvement for all of us. If you see my my early videos, they were really bad. They're gonna be bad before they become good. But Ellen, you already went through that process.
You didn't have white hair back then, huh?
Exactly, right? That was a long time ago. So here's the point, guys, and Ellen and everybody else. The beautiful thing about videos, all right, is that not only changes the perception of the people that are watching you, but even more important, it changes you. Because understand that if you're doing online, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google Ads, if you're doing any type of online advertisement, the beautiful thing about video is way cheaper, 6 times cheaper. By the way, do a post on Instagram, do a story, or do an IGTV video. You see, the IGTV video is almost 6 to 7 times more traffic than a post. Do the same thing on YouTube. Do a campaign on Google, on Facebook, put up a post, and then do a video. It's going to get way more traffic. And if you pay for both, for the post and also for the video, it's 6 times cheaper on Facebook. Now, why? Because those online engines understand that in order for somebody to do a video, they need to be prepared, meaning the content has more value. So the beautiful thing, as I said, Ellen, is that it changes you because you need to put your thoughts together, structure your thoughts, and summarize something in less than 90 seconds so you can have the proper impact. The more you do it, the better you get at it. And you know that because you have the experience. But even more important, once you have the one-on-one conversation, listen, if you were able to say it to the camera in less than 90 seconds, when you talk to somebody one-on-one, it's a piece of cake. Would you agree with me?
Yeah, and the repetition, right? What we always said in coaching. If
right.
You repeat yourself, you're prepared, you plan, you have all the information that your clients want. You can also get the objections from him and go one by one on your videos. Why should I do this? Why should I not do that? And use that also as to improve your knowledge.
Yep.
I think doing videos is the most amazing thing that real estate has to offer, because when I want to buy something, I always go and I check the videos of anything that I want to buy. So why not to do with real estate? Why not to provide our knowledge by talking to people? They also gonna relate more to yourself. They're gonna see you as a person, not like when people do what you always say, like, oh, you have a skyline of Miami and you have a picture of you like this, and like what is that you're giving to your clients? Nothing. Just your ego is higher, just
you are developing the persona. That's the word you used.
Exactly.
Now, guys, how do you feel when you see somebody that is famous? I don't say anything, but I still look and keep looking, right? And you're sitting down in a table in a restaurant and somebody's famous. Now the whole conversation changed to, look who's there. And you see people taking the videos, etc. And you see them and say, wow, look who I saw. And then you comment on that. Why? Because that person has been to your room, to your kitchen, to your office, through the TV. You develop a relationship with that person, and without that person knowing you. That's so key to developing and strengthening the relationship. You position yourself as an expert because you don't have to say you're an expert. Like I say in coaching, right? Talita, like most marketing pieces are, number one, my
profile picture.
My profile, right?
From 10 years ago, 20 years ago,
right? So here's the thing. The beautiful thing about video is that that person is getting to know you. And one more thing about video. Every single video that you create is a seed that is working for you 24/7 for the rest of your life. All right.
And so people share, the people send, like how many videos you get on your WhatsApp?
Exactly.
Like, why not to be sharing yours as well?
Okay.
I saw a lot of questions, but I'm blind, so you have to tell me.
So I'm going to finish with Ellen. So she says, well, but where do I get started? Well, first you need to identify exactly the content that you want. All right. Whether it's going to be video, whether it's going to be on your website, on your email marketing. That's why, by the way, we offer that, and you use this, Talita, the real estate black box, right? Where we set up a website, specific website. Even if you have your own, keep it. But you have your content for buyers, which is where you're going to say in the video, in your case, Ellen, your content for sellers. You read it and you say it to the camera, right? You have your website and then an email marketing campaign that is automated, segmented for buyers and for sellers. So that's where you get started, all right? I hope that answers your question. But if you have more questions, Helen, we're here to help you and answer any doubts you have. Vanessa, ask you. Go ahead, Talita.
No, I saw one from Carolina Rodriguez that I think is funny. She said, how do you go from surviving real estate to growing in real estate? And this is something that I used to have my own brokerage, and I had like 16 agents with me. And I used to tell them from day one, if you want to survive in real estate, you're already wrong. You have to make it in real estate. Survival mode is not what we're looking for here. We want to make sure you're established in this career. And what I did, and it really works for me, and I always tell people, is that I decided to be a full-time agent, even when I didn't have any client. I had 0 clients. I used to go to the office every day from 9 to 5, just to be getting the knowledge from the other experienced agents and to understand, okay, that's how I should make my first call to do a showing request. This is how I should handle a problem with another agent. This is how I should negotiate. So I decided that real estate was going to be my full-time job.
So it's a commitment.
It's a commitment.
Right.
The other thing is, when I started really like seeing myself a little busier than I could handle, I hired an assistant.
Okay.
I hired an assistant when I couldn't even pay her. Like, my goal was, I need to work and make enough money so I can pay her salary every month or every week, or however you want to do. So I really think that if you focus on the relevant things that you have to do, focus on create a system, have an assistant to help you, then you are able to, like, quote unquote, get out of the survival mode and start to establish a career as real estate. Because most of people here, most of the mistakes that you see is that people take real estate as a side job. And if you do that, you're never going to make it, because there's a lot of agents in Miami. There's a lot of competition if you're not good enough, if you're not putting your time on. So you have to be full-time. I never got in my brokerage, I never got part-time agents, because they don't give enough of their time, and why should I give my time to them? So
what you said is so important. You got an assistant even before you were able to pay her. So you had to make enough money to make sure you pay her. So I'm going to give you a statistic. This morning, I was talking to one of the association board members, right? He's in the board of the association, and we were talking about some numbers. The Miami Association, and we have people that are not in Miami, a lot of people that are from California, New York, especially, and Texas. But I was getting the numbers today. In Florida, in Miami, we have the largest association in the country, over 45,000 agents. All right. Now, here are the numbers. Agents making $75 or more, only 1,873. So out of 45, so I'm going to give you the numbers. Agents making $50,000 or more, only 3,300. So out of 4,500, 42,000.
45,000.
I'm sorry, over 42,000 agents, 42,000 are making less than 50,000. Over 45,000 agents in the association. Well, 42,000 of those members are making less than 50,000.
So only 3,000 is making more than 50,000.
Exactly. Now, if you go to 75,000, only 1,800 out of 45,000 agents, less than 2,000 are making more than 75. Understand? So understand the level of preparation. You need to develop your skills, guys. And there are 2 types of skills: lead generation skills, how to generate more buyers and sellers, leads. And the second one is lead conversion. All right. And that's what we work on so much, right? It's the how to convert more buyers and sellers. Another question right here, and I think you answered Vanessa's question. You go out after buyers, or you have a team. Yes, of course you have a team. Vanessa also asked, do you work with buyers and sellers?
Well, I work with both of them. I started my career with buyers.
Of course.
Before I got my license, I had like 2 buyers already ready to buy. So that's how really I started my career. But I and as my business started to grow and I started to do coaching, we started discussing how much time we spend with the buyers, how much time we spend with the sellers. So then I started to shift my career, my career to also be a seller's agent, because
you have many listings, yeah.
And I have many listings now.
From many from buyers, many from your buyers, from your clients.
Yes, not all of them now from my buyers. I'm developing the relationship with sellers, and I also start to getting out of my comfort zone to be focused also not only in Brazilians but in local sellers. So I do both because I do have a team that helps me. But if I had to choose, I would choose sellers over buyers many times. Yep. Like every time we talk about this, sellers, they need to sell. They want to. They are there. They want to sell the property. They probably need to go to a bigger house, a smaller house, or whatever. Need to go to somewhere else or another city. Buyers not all the time they need to buy. They might just stay where they are. They might just rent. They might just stay in a hotel if they're international. Like whatever, they don't have the urgency. Right. For that, you spend more time showing them properties. You spend more time trying to convince them to buy. Then with the seller, when you get an offer, then he has a chance to say yes, accept, or let's negotiate. So you spend, let's say, 8 hours with the seller, and you spend, I don't know, 40, 30 hours
very good,
with the buyer, right? So why would I choose? I would choose to have 10 sellers and no buyers. But my market's really but I also like the buyer side. I like the idea that comes from, I send you an email today and I really want to buy a house, and then here, that's what you're looking for, and I'm able to deliver. So I like doing both, but for time, I would love more sellers, so.
And as we say in coaching, right? Don't forget about your buyers, but make sure you start developing your sellers, listing agent skills. Start focusing on buyers. Talita, there is another question from Carla, who's also in our program. Carla said, did you focus on a specific market, farm area when you first started, or it has been primary investors?
Well, when I started, I focused on Brazilian investors. I felt more comfortable like doing business with Brazilians. I felt like there was not a lot of people going to Brazil and showing them the opportunities here. So I felt like the niche was to go there, not to be here waiting for them, but to go there and show them how to do it, or show them that they can buy properties without even coming here. I remember in 2013 was a big boom of Brazilians buying here. And I went to Brazil, I think in 2 years, I went 14 times in 2 years. So
you were going every 3 weeks, and you would stay there for 3 weeks. I remember you sending me your production for the week. Remember that? Yeah.
So I would go to several different cities, and what I do in my events in Brazil is I really get I explain from A to Z how to buy a property in Florida. So here, what you do, what is the MLS, what is the contract, what is the inspection period, what is appraisal, what is everything. I give them everything. And then I had sold properties with people never came to Miami, that never saw their properties. They still don't know the properties. I sold properties over Skype, because back then FaceTime was not even really a thing that we used to do. Right. So you do FaceTime or Skype and show the properties. So I focused on that market because it was something easier for me. Okay, but if you are starting and maybe you don't have a niche of buyers, because that was my niche, you should start with farming your area where you live, which is another thing that I do. I live in Edgewater, I work in Edgewater, I do everything here. So I get most of my listings here because I know the area very well. So that's, mine wasn't in my Brazilian investors, but yours can be anywhere that you decide to go.
Again, it's not a one formula fits all, but it's in your area, right? Very, very important. So Carolina asked again, Talita, what are the most important habits to grow your business? I would say one of them is definitely the assistant. Another one?
I think the consistency is really important. So for you to make sure you have a system or that works for you, You have to organize yourself, get to understand what is your goals. Everybody in the team has to know your goals, not only you. You have to share with them. They need to know where we're going, why are we doing this, what is the next step of it, right? And then you have to educate all of them to know exactly what they are doing. But if you don't have a team, educate yourself. Time management is something that's really, really important in this career. I still have problems with that, and I sometimes I call Orlando and I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't have the time. He's like, you do have time. Like, everybody has time. Just focus. You're going to be able to come back. So
that's one of the things you and I work the most on, time management. And remember that using the real estate calendar, which is very important.
I use that still. I have. I print mine and I use, and you give it to me, and this is so good. And it's good, I start drinking more water because of the calendar. Because it reminds you of drinking water, right?
Yeah, we have it right here. Cup of waters you want to drink every single day. But that's key. Those two habits. Having an assist, it's multiplying yourself, right, Carolina? And I think I know which Carolina is this. I think she's related to Gabriel. Maybe there's another Carolina, but if she is, anyways. Very important, having an assistant. Remember, guys, we need to ask ourselves, in order to grow a team like Talita has done, and that's what we work on, right? We need to ask ourselves first, what is number one that I can eliminate? Number two, if I can eliminate it, can I automate that process? Then if I can't automate it, can I delegate it, which you've done very, very, very well. And then if not, if I can eliminate, automate, or delegate, then I need to do it myself. But those are very few things that you truly need to do yourself.
You also have to be focused on what's really important. So don't waste your time. Let's say I saw some people ask if I advertise on Zillow. I don't advertise on Zillow. Okay. I don't advertise on these platforms because what happens to Zillow, Trulia, I know, Realtor.com, those things, they sell the same lead to you and to other 100 agents. So you're going to be calling a person that's never going to answer you. So don't waste your time on things like that. Learn how to generate your own leads instead of buying leads. Right. I don't believe in buying leads. Right. I don't think I think that's a waste of time and money. And a lot of realtors fall for that. And it's funny, like, I don't understand why. But the other thing that you mentioned that's important too is my team is very structured in a way that everybody knows what they're doing. So that I also have a property management company, right? Which I own, and we manage over like 50 units right now. So I have an assistant for sales and rentals. I have a transaction coordinator. I have a person just for the property management, and I have a person just for the operations management, and I have a person for marketing. So everybody is doing what they need to do. So I'm free to make phone calls. That's what Orlando tells my team when I take my team to his office, like, you know what Talita has to do? Talk on the phone. You guys have to do everything else. Okay. She doesn't have even to answer her emails.
Am I asking you to do cold calling?
No.
Never.
Never do cold calling. No. Why would I trust this person that's desperate to get my business by calling me? I don't even know her. I'm not gonna give my house to her to sell. Same thing. Like you give an example of the doctor who calls and hi, I'm here new. Do you want to come here and do your checkup? I'm like, no, don't call me. Bye. So this is something that I learned by doing coaching, which is something that I also want to say that having an accountable partner on this career, it's extremely, extremely important. I remember when I first did my first session with Orlando, and I was desperate. I was like, I don't know what to do. This is not going to work. Real estate is crazy. People don't know what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. I was all over the place. I had several ideas, and he just helped me to, okay, let's organize. Let's think. What is best? What is not best? Do you want to be a broker? Is that really what you like? Because I don't think that's what you like. Let's try to go somewhere else. And he really helped me through my process of being a broker and became a broker agent, which I am today, because I was losing my mind on just managing people and forgot what I like. So with this idea, what I'm saying is that focus on what you like. You like to sell. Are you a salesperson? Focus on selling. Oh, I'm not a salesperson, but I like the real estate, the marketing side. So partner with someone that you can do both together. Like there's a lot of opportunity to create teams as well.
So responding to Carolina, let's summarize it in 3 steps, right? You've learned how to manage your time. Yes. You've learned how to delegate, all right?
Create a team, yeah.
You create a team. You develop your skills and the accountability with the coaching with us. I think those are 3 very important things. I'm going to segue real quick about coaching. It's not about us coaching you. You pick the philosophy or the coach or the company, the mentor you want to work with. All right. It's not that you have to use this one, but pick one. When you guys watch our webinars, our team calls you. And you know how many times many of the agents say, I'm already with another coaching company. And there are many good coaching companies around the country. But I'm asking you, if you already picked one, stay with that one and master what they're teaching you. If you're working with a coaching company that has been working with you that has been in the business for 10, 12 years, they're a good coaching company. They're being successful. No business lasts more than 10, 12 years without being successful and giving results, right? So we are not the only one. We're not saying ours, but just pick one and master, which is what you've done, Talita. You master our system, our program.
I can even teach the system if you want.
I know. I look at the way you say it. So
I'm gonna teach in Portuguese, so
right,
everybody learns, right?
By the way, we should do that. By the way, that's a good idea. So that's what I'm asking you guys. It's just not about getting the tips, because what you're getting today is great information. But at the end, that has to be information that is structured in a way that help you move your business forward. Tips are not enough. All right. So just stop getting a little bit from me, a little bit from Talita, a little bit from another coach, a little bit from another top agent.
Now we have to master a system.
Exactly. Follow one system. If it is us, great. And then go to Montiel Organization and find us. We'll get on the phone with you. Great. And if it is not us, that's okay too. All right. But follow a system. You're not going to become a professional, an architect, an accountant, an engineer by watching YouTube videos. It's good to get started and say, okay, who do I want to follow? And then master that. Mauricio, by the way, Talita, real quick. Mauricio, and hopefully Mauricio is still on the line. Mauricio, it's the owner of Q Capital. Yesterday we had an amazing webinar with him. And he says, I met you many years ago. Okay. You think you could ever drive by yourself. Hey, he's laughing. And you trusted my company with one of your first closings. Thank you very much. All right. My message is just a quick note of congratulations. You are making history in Miami. Keep the great work. Stay safe. That's Mauricio. All right.
No, he's really nice. He actually taught me a lot on one of my first, because when I started, most of the transactions were cash. So it was easier process. And when I got my first client to do mortgage, international client, I didn't know what to do. Right. And he got my hand and he taught me everything. So I hope he's there. And thank you, Mauricio.
I'm transitioning to another mortgage company, which is great. Liz is asking you, what's your YouTube channel link so we can follow it?
Right. Oh, I think Natalia, my assistant, she put it over there, Liz, perfect. But I can definitely send you. Okay. I have in the YouTube channel, which is, when you talk about Liz, I remember also that, Justin is also a very good partner that I have in the
with Cardinal Financial.
With Cardinal Financial. And we did last year, we did the American Dream TV show, which was amazing for us. Yeah. Like, it was really good for me, really good for the videos, and they pushed me to do it. I would never do without them. And Liz was a big person to help me. It's like, no, don't worry, you're good, keep going, because I was about to give up on the videos, and they really helped me. So
I'm saying that, listen, and again, develop those partnerships, right? So for the local mortgages, I always recommend Justin. I have a great relationship with Justin and Cardinal with Cardinal Mortgage. And then international clients, I have an amazing relationship with Mauricio and Q Capital, and I entrust my clients to them. And it's important. And you've done that with Justin too. You develop a relationship, right?
And what's good about that too, that's some tips also for new agents. Try to find those accountable partners that you can have. Because once you build a relationship with them, you not only feel comfortable to, refer your clients, but they also refer you back, and you start to create some networking with them. Yep. So I have for every kind of step on the process, I have my team, I would say my partners that I've been working with them for a very long time. So, this is also another tip for new agents who is looking for, more referrals or more clients as well.
Yeah. So very important here. Ellen asked another question. She says, videos are easy for me. What do I do? Just link to my website. I'm going to go into that. That's it. Paid ads. So very important with videos, guys, and especially on YouTube. You can target not only a very specific area, but you can target by income, you can target by gender, you can target by education, and the cost. You can target even by website. If I want to be on a YouTube channel, if I want to appear in Talita's videos before she does her video, I can be in those. It's extremely, YouTube is even more targeted, way more targeted than Facebook, way more targeted. And the analytics they give you are tremendous, but you need to pay for them. Fortunately, it's even cheaper than Facebook. You and I do a lot of Facebook ads. They're extremely cheap to generate leads through Facebook, but it's even cheaper.
You can pay like $1 per day or something.
Yeah, $1.50. My leads right now are like 34, 35 cents. I can show you. If you don't believe me, I'd be more than glad to show you the leads. But YouTube, it's even less expensive. There is no reason, if you feel comfortable and doing videos, and I'll give you 4 quick, and I don't want to go into too deep into the videos, and that we explain that whole process in the program. And I'm going to ask you guys to follow my YouTube channel so you can see. And the process is very simple. It's a five-step process, right? I'll tell you what I'm going to say. Then I say it. Then I summarize what I just said. Then I ask you to subscribe. And finally, I'll tell you what's coming in the next video. That's the formula. And then we teach you exactly how to say it, how long, where to link in the description, right? How to position your paid ads, which is very inexpensive on YouTube. And that's the process. But Talita, do you have anything to say? And I'm going to put it right here so you can see my YouTube channel.
There's so many, I see so many questions. I don't know if we're going to be able to say,
let's keep going.
But I have my assistant put my email there that you can always email me as well.
Have you done cold calling? Have you done cold calling?
No, I have never done cold calling. No part of my routine at all. Like my people call me, but I don't call them.
It's much easier for people to do business with you when they find you instead of when you find them. Listen, and we have a webinar that's called Stop Selling Like It Is 1985. Got it? There are way better, cheaper, faster ways to generate leads. By the way, how do you feel, for Angela, who's asking the question, right? How do you feel, Angela, when somebody calls you? Most likely you don't feel good. So why would you do something to somebody that you wouldn't want done to you? Last thing, by the way, when I got started in this business almost 20 years ago, I did cold calling. It worked to a certain point. Now it's way more difficult. And you're going to see some agents that still have some success with cold calling, all right? But the majority are frustrated and they don't like to do it even if they are succeeding at it. Now, here's the point. Very important, what I learned from my coach, Dan Sullivan. The problem with cold calling and the problem with talking on one-on-one is you're selling one-to-one instead of selling one-to-many. So, Angela, if you want to grow your business, that cold calling is selling one-to-many. That's the beautiful thing about today's platforms. Online, you're selling one-to-many. So very important.
So everything that you want to say on the phone, just say on the video and post it.
Exactly. And it's much cheaper, much faster. And then the people, and that's why we teach, right, with the program, the leads you get, you put them in a campaign, and now you don't have to do cold calling anymore. Why? Because you're talking to people that are interested, engaging with your content. Now that is not calling anymore, and the reception from your potential buyers and sellers is way, way better. And I'm going to put right here, Talita, I'm going to put right here in our, right here, for those of you, follow this channel right here. Talita, did you put your YouTube channel, your social media?
Yeah, they put it, okay. My assistants are putting over there. Okay,
so right here, I put the Montiel organization. Right here is the channel. Carla says, amazing. Thank you very much. Our pleasure. Claudia says, thank you, Talita. Georgina, Orlando, you are the best. Talita too. She knows more. Thank you, Georgina. Appreciate it. Edel, thank you, Orlando. My compliments to you, Talita. I'm sure you'll keep succeeding because you're a genius, he says. First time I see you, and your simplicity makes people feel very comfortable. That's what I said at the beginning, right? Liz, happy to work with you both. A pleasure for me, Liz. Say hi to Justin. Oh, Justin is there too?
Yeah.
Oh, Justin is there, right? There you go. Ellen, wow. Okay, good, Ellen. Vanessa, so your main business is through Sphere and referrals? You do a lot of marketing too, so.
Yeah, I do a lot of marketing too. So people my referrals are very, very strong. Like the people refer me a lot. And I always get a lot of leads and clients from referrals. But I do have some leads as well from social media, Instagram, YouTube, and all these marketing campaigns that we do. Okay. But my referrals are the main source.
Okay. So one more question, because we went over the
I know. I was like, are you sure this is?
All right. So last question. We're going to close with this one, which is, by the way, extremely relevant. All right. Which Claudia asked, Talita, at this moment, what kind of content, and then I'll go into that, you post on social media to generate trust in your foreign clients to invest in the state of Florida? Are you generating new leads? Go ahead.
Right now, what I'm trying to do with my clients from, international clients is provide them the opportunities, because whoever has their money already saved here, or, they have a interest on buying here, that would be a great moment right now. So I am sending them the information, sending them the rates are good too for some of clients, not all the international clients, because it's a little confused right now with the momentum. But they are, buying and sending the money here. So we have to make sure that we provide the best opportunity to them. So what I'm doing is just focus on if you see my Instagram, I think yesterday or today, I had showed a property that's like $419,000 for a 3-bedroom. This is a great opportunity in Edgewater. So I'm trying to also reach out to them, respecting their moment, because right now, not everybody's, here we are in Miami, we're a little better than maybe in Brazil, maybe in New York. So I make sure that, I called my clients, I check with them how they are personally, and then I provide them the opportunities that we have right now. Yep. So
how often are you posting content, Talita, right now?
Right now, if you go to my Instagram, with my this new company that I hired, they're just posting a new way that's called like a puzzle. So if we usually post every day, every weekday, and I do stories almost every day as well. But right now, yesterday and today, we are organizing the new feed. But if you go today, you're gonna see that we have a little puzzle. I don't know if you're familiar with, but it's just a big picture with a lot of different information. But I post usually every day.
So guys, here's how important it is. Remember, we talk at the beginning. So let's summarize everything we talk about today. Number one, remember, people do business with you. All right. Not only because they like you, they know you, and they trust you, but more important, because you constantly remind them of who you are. How many times, if you've been in real estate for at least a year or two, how many times you've lost a sale because the person said, oh my God, I didn't remember that you were a real estate agent. I forgot about you. So
not me.
So understand that we are not in the business of real estate. The top agents in the country, I highly recommend you look this on Amazon, the ultimate real estate agent, and put my name, Orlando Montiel, on Amazon, and get it there. All right. All of these agents, including Talita, I said, know me, understand that we are not in the business of real estate. We're in the business of marketing. We want to go from being a secret agent to a real estate agent. And the only way to do that is through marketing. But the fuel that brings your marketing machine, to the market is the content. So right now, to answer that question with Listen, what a great question, is all about the process. And by the way, I wrote this book back in 2005. Remember, you talked about that book earlier. 2005, let me show you. I understood the power of content 15 years ago, right here. It says 2005. I don't know if you can see the date.
Yes.
2005. And look, I had, like you said, black hair and a little bit more hair right there. Okay. Back in 2005, this is the content. So what content to post right now is the process, right? The transaction from A to Z, what buyers need to know before buying a home, what sellers need to know before buying a home. Let me show you this.
And also opportunities. If you have some listing that's an opportunity, something they're going to catch their attention. So.
Are you there? Oops.
Everybody's here.
Perfect. Okay, perfect. So let me show you right here, for those of you who want a little bit more idea of content, let me give you this so we can close with that. Let me go to module number 3 in our training. So this is the content, right? But let me give you at least some titles that you can develop, or if you use the black box, the title, the content is already developed, right? But here's, so for those of you who want some content, here it is. Right? 5 common mistakes owners make when selling their home. Fill in the blank with your area. 3 actions to make your home the number 1 choice. What to do if you have not sold your property in the last 90 days. Should you hire another real estate agent? Right? 10 ways to prepare your home as the number 1 choice for to sell. Right? Working with buyers. 10 best secrets to secrets to buying a home. How to find the right property for you. All this information, you should be having it on written, audio, and video. in your 4 platforms: email marketing, social media, online marketing, and offline marketing. All this information, if you're working with investors, right? So that's the information you need to fuel your marketing engine, right? Very, very simple. Talita, you want to add something else just to close?
Yes, I wanted to go back to my point on the first interview.
Mm-hmm.
You always ask me to give an advice for new agent, and I think the most important thing for new agent right now is take the patience pill. Remember, I used to say that, and people look at me and still say that. You need to be patient. Real estate's not overnight. You're not gonna. I struggled for my first 6 months of real estate. I was living my credit card. I had no money whatsoever. And, I was waiting for my first transaction to close, and it didn't close. So I learned, and what I would have to do now is be patient. Real estate requires a lot of patience.
Yep.
So I think people need to understand that real estate is a hard job. A lot of people tell me, "Oh, you're so lucky." I'm not lucky. I'm working a lot. Like, of course, I am lucky. I consider myself a lucky person, but it's not lucky. It's work. I work hard, and I make sure that I am a realtor everywhere I go. If a story that I want to tell, very short. I got an Uber another day, not the day before the pandemic, right? Mm-hmm. And then I was talking to a lady. She was just nice, and I was just talking to her. I ended up getting a listing of her, and I sold the property in 30 days. Yeah. So you have to be a realtor everywhere you go. You never know when's your next business. So make sure not to be an annoying realtor, but make sure you are yourself. It's part of you. It's a part of your personality. So I think that's what I would say.
Well, Talita, I want to thank you so much. You are always present. You come actually, and something. Let me go with this, Talita, because here's the thing. You are always, and another habit, because you talk about the coaching, you talk about time management, you talk about delegating. But another thing, other coaching is learning, but you also like to learn from other agents. And when we do the shows here locally in our office, right, you come to and listen to other agents.
Of course.
All right. And you're taking notes. And when I finish asking other top agents, you're one of the first one to ask questions. So
you have to learn from them. Right? I consider myself very successful in my career, but I'm still far from where I want to be. So I look up to Riley Smith, from Dina, Slaja, Anthony, everyone that you see there, Jeff Miller, all these agents, they do have a lot to. Alicia Cervera, she's amazing. Right. I am always, everywhere she goes, I follow her, because you have to learn. There's no way that I can know everything yet. There's a lot of things that are going to come up to me that I'm not going to be able to resolve if I don't have the right information. So I'm always constantly looking after all the big agents in Miami and in US.
I don't think you've missed any of the shows that we do live here in Miami. So if you're in Miami, you can come to the shows, of course.
I always go.
You always come. And again, you're always one of the first ones asking questions, right? So I want to thank you. And on Mondays, because on Mondays, we have the group coaching call for all the agents nationwide. And again, you are right there at 10 in the morning. You're not missing it. There's no, and you don't miss it. And I bring you to the line. I will ask questions. You do your comments. So it's that free. It's that habit of always developing yourself. So it's a pleasure, Talita, to have you today, to have you in coaching, to know you for so many years. I respect you and admire you more than a professional, which you are a very high level as a person, as a human being. That thing that comes from you as a human being, it's just something amazing that many people here have commented. So that's your number one asset, and it brings everything else to your business. All right?
Thank you so much, Orlando. I'm very happy again, because I told you that day that I was going to be in your show. That's my second time, so I feel special. And also, if there is any other agents there, they want to know anything about me, please follow me on Instagram, social media, email me. I'm glad to help. I'm glad to share what I have learned, because I don't see this real estate as a competition. Mm-hmm. We are here. There's market for everyone, and I'm very happy to help anybody that needs. So count on me, and anything you need, I'm here always for you.
One more thing, now that you said that, not a competition, the top agents that you see being interviewed in this show, every single agent says the same thing. They even ask you to collaborate with them. Listen, you want to do a video with me? Let's do it. You want to do it together? Let's do it. They don't see other agents as competition, and they're glad to share their successes and their failures. All right, like Talita has done today.
Of
All right,
course,
Talita?
and I always collab with a lot of agents, and whoever needs me to do other videos or webinars, I'm here to help as well.
Right. Thank you very much. As I said,
Thank you so much.
thank you, Talita. This episode is brought to you by the Black Box, which you use also, which has the content, the email marketing, the website, the training for you to learn how to generate more leads. Most of you are frustrated on how do I generate more leads? How do I create the content? We have the content already for you. How do I create a website? We give you the website already. What about email marketing? How do I do that? We get it done already for you. All right. So if you're interested, I'm going to post right here the link. You can go there and research how much it is, what is it included, how it can help you grow your business. I'll post the link and you go in there. All right. And if you register, we have a special right now, and my agents my customer service support here will get on the phone with you today, welcome you, and you can see Talita on Mondays.
I'll be there on Monday. Right. I'm always there, 10 a.m.
You're always there. You're always there. So I'm posting it here for those of you who want to learn more. And if you want to register right here, everything that is included, I'll post the link right here. And if you're watching a recording, okay, because it's after April 29th of 2020, you can see the link here. Talita, thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for everybody that's sending thank you. And thank you. It's amazing. It's always a good pleasure to be around you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming to another edition.
Bye. Be safe.
My real estate show. Be safe. Bye-bye. See you guys later.